All right, so this is day one, morning session of the Java Stack. We're just getting started. So again, I just started talking about the schedule for the class. So the Zoom link, lecture recordings, I will record every lecture. I try to break them up, make them shorter. So if I'm talking about a certain topic, I'll stop and start the recording. So all the lecture recordings will be posted here in, and this is just sort of boilerplate holder, placeholder terms. I will change this to text that reflects what the lecture was about, and I will also post the video link here. So I'll also make like a playlist of the recordings that I'll put here, but the individual lectures will be here on the schedule as I record them. Okay, so I usually get them posted. I'll usually get the morning session posted before the afternoon, and I get the afternoon by the end of the day. So but yeah, so everything will be recorded. Also, the GitHub for this class is right here. And that is really big. Let me zoom out a little bit. So everything I do, all the code that I write during the class will be available for you on the GitHub for the class. Okay, so you can, if you want, you can clone this. I'm sure you all know how to use GitHub. If you don't, that's fine. You can come here, click on the code. You can download a zip of the GitHub, and it will also work just fine. So everything I write will be here. I also have a website for the course. Okay, so I know you're all dazzled by my front end skills. I know it's okay to be a little jealous. I'm just kidding, I suck. But so this is basically all the lectures. I have lecture slides that I have here. I'm in the process of revamping it, so not all of them have links, and in fact, I think just the first day does. Yeah, so as I'm doing my lecture, you can follow along here, or you can follow along in the GitHub, however you want to do it. And I don't think I've set up the link yet. Did I? Nope, it's links to the last month. Okay, so I'll fix that. But this is basically where I'll put some information about the class. I'll put the schedule or the assignments you need to do, and so on and so forth. Okay, so any questions so far about the class, the setup, my procedure? Okay. So what I want to do, let me just stop sharing for a second. I ask humbly that you all keep your cameras on. Okay. I appreciate you guys that do have your cameras on. I'm not going to shame you if you don't have your camera on. I get it. Right. But I would invite you to keep it on, because it's too tempting to, if your camera's off, to do something else. Right. I was observing another instructor last month, and he was great. He's a very engaging, talented instructor, but I found that when my camera was off, I would, do something else. And like, we all have our cell phones, I'm sure, within arm's reach. One thing that I've done, I don't know if you can see this, I got a box that I can lock my phone in, and it unlocks after 7 hours, and it's like changed my life. I'm so much more productive with this. I'm not saying you have to buy this, but I'm saying that if your camera's on, you're more likely to be engaged, you're more likely to be paying attention, less likely to be distracted by anything else. And also, I look at your faces. I look for signs of confusion or boredom or bemusement, whatever it may be. Okay, so if you leave your cameras on, you're helping me out. So I appreciate you all having your cameras on. Okay, so let's talk about Java. Give me just 1 second here. And I'll stop and start the recording so we